10% in our lessons. Y'all missed that. So when they interpreted my words, it caused many of my people to stumble. Why would he say something like that? Hell, if I did say it, what do you have to say about it? How's the foundation of your house? What is eating at the foundation of your moral discipline? Some termite is eating at you. But I didn't say it. See, I don't have to say things to please you in your ignorance. If I said it, you should have said damn right.
Destroyed and lives lost. Entire towns decimated, but little comfort for the residents of Detroit. The resort town's completely gone. Even the town's fire trucks melted. Across the West, overwhelming loss, heartache, and for so many, fear that with the fire season just beginning, the worst is yet to come.
And taking a tragic toll, the magnitude of which is still unknown.
Never in the American West has so much burned so quickly or so destructively. Never in the American West has so much burned so quickly or so destructively.
Fueled by dangerous winds. This morning, police say the fires that tore through the towns of Talent and Phoenix, Oregon, destroying about 1,000 homes and killing 5 people, were intentionally started.
We were able to locate evidence and determine that this individual is likely the cause of the fire.
Michael Gerard Bakella was charged with 2 counts of arson and multiple counts of criminal mischief.
This was a week of extremes, record-shattering heat, bone-dry humidity, and powerful winds.
Where blowtorch winds sent wildfires racing anew today.
Entire communities were wiped out.
It's been pretty calm here all day, but all it takes is a little bit of wind, and then this.
Block after block, leveled. This is how a neighborhood in Phoenix, Oregon looked until it was obliterated. In Berry Creek, California, the so-called Bear Fire came through so fast it overran a fire station. 2 trucks still inside. This used to be a beautiful lakeside community with homes nestled in the woods, and now you look, everywhere there's destruction. The homes here have been incinerated. He left no doubt about the culprit.
This is a climate dam emergency. This is real. This is the perfect storm. It is happening unprecedented ways.
Another governor making multiple disaster tours, Washington's Jay Inslee.
California, Oregon, and Washington, we are all in the same soup of cataclysmic fire. And these are conditions that are exacerbated by the changing climate that we are suffering.
With our crane camera, I want to show you this world of pink laid down around me, and still it did nothing to stop the progress of that fire, which incinerated entire neighborhoods, entire developments here. The debate is over around climate change.
With all of your research, what's the sort of big takeaway about how these fires interact with our homes?
I think the biggest takeaway is to just realize that wildfires and wildland fires in general are a natural phenomena. While they are natural phenomena, them burning down homes doesn't necessarily have to happen.
It's a guided tour through hell. And you're looking at a scene that is probably reminiscent of hell.
Devastation looks and feels apocalyptic.
Looks like a bomb went off. While houses on the ground explode into fireballs. And there are things that a homeowner and property owners can do to make their building and homes wildfire resistant. So if it's not the wall of flames that's burning down most of the homes, what is burning down most of the homes? So if it's not the wall of burning down most of the homes, what is burning down most of the homes? What is burning down most of the homes?
Just going from a
What is burning down most of the homes? What is burning down most of the homes?
just going from a house to a pile of ash. As you can see around me here, this property is a prime example of what creating a defensible space should look like. They kept the grass cut and the trees trimmed, but still, it wasn't enough.
Climate scientists point to human behavior, namely burning of fossil fuels, including coal and oil, for increased temperatures that decimate forests and make them prone to burn. The scenes and sickening air underscore for many that
Talking about how these fires are linked to climate change. To anybody out there who still doubts that or thinks that those remarks are political, what do you have to say?
Well, with that said, it would be disingenuous to not say that, yeah, this has something to do with, the human error or intentional human folly, if you will. There's some of that because fires just don't start. That it just doesn't self-combust. I mean, it would have to be, like, if it was arson, it would take an army of people to do this. Because the distances and time, and each one's a few miles wide. Each one's a couple miles wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus half the state. I mean, this fire that just spread is absolutely unbelievable. I didn't say it.
In the Bible and in the Quran, there were times when the man of God would call out the Baal prophets for a showdown. God's man. He has an inside scoop with God. He told the false prophets, hey, put some wood on the altar there. I want you to call on your God and bring down fire from heaven. Just a little showdown. And they called, no fire came down. He said, well, tell you what, put some water on the wood. Get some more water and put it on the wood. And then his God, the God of Elijah, sent down fire from heaven. But it didn't stop there. Because since they wanted Elijah, in the Theology of Time lecture series, he said, quote, "I'm the little boy that challenged the world of science to disprove just one word I say." I'm going to say that one more time. Boy. He put himself down because he's talking to an arrogant jackass that thinks themselves to be so wise. All your wisdom is foolishness with God. He said, "I'm the little boy." He didn't say that challenge the dope pusher, challenge my little sister on the corner who's prostituting. He said, "I'm the little boy that challenged the world of science to disprove just one word I say." And if you're able to condemn me as being false on one word that I teach here, I will give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket, and then I'll pay with my life for lying to you. You ain't got no teacher like that. All you religious scholars and scientists, you don't have a teacher like that. Lie in this day. It's the end of this world. So since they have been the master liar, we must not become any minor liars in it. I'll say it again, because I'm looking at a bunch of minor liars. I don't want to hear no damn bearing witness to God. I'm talking straight words. Oh, lie. May not be a big liar, but you are damn sure a minor liar. I'm not really trying to be a comic, but if you are in a crowd and you're an American black Muslim, and somebody's crying death to America, and I'm in the middle of the crowd and they shouting, man. Go back and get the speech that I delivered. Right with the president sitting right there. I said, you can't defeat America or Israel with a chant. I said, chanting is not going to get it done.
I've got a loud voice. So I'm Press TV correspondent Yusuf Jalali. Death to the United States is not a slogan chanted by the Iranian government against the U.S. government or the U.S. people, but it's a slogan chanted by the Iranian people against the American leaders.
I know.
So, and it's not, its roots are not just about the 1979 Islamic Revolution, but it's way back before it. If you turn the pages of history back to 1953, and you clearly mentioned it when the United States reinstated monarchy in Iran, so it's clear that the Iranian people have had a very dark memory about what the United States did back then. So, death to the United States is not a slogan chanted by the government. So the United States, if it wants to reimpose sanctions, it's reimposing sanctions against the Iranian people, not the Iranian government. So the Western media outlets, especially the United States media outlets, are accusing you these days of leading death to the United States. I just read a couple of news items about you and how the Western media is accusing you of chanting the death to the United States. I want to ask you this question. Are you willing to chant the slogan of death to the United States? Because you are a person who is living in the United States, and you are a person who is exposed to some of the policies that are done and conducted against you, carried out against you in the United States. The black community is in the United States is humiliated, and you are a black person, and at the same time you're a Muslim, and as you see, Muslims these days are exposed to some of the wrong policies committed by the United States. So would you chant this slogan?
No, I will not do that. I will not do that. I would ask who sent you to ask that question.
That's right.
I see you seem to be one of those who are paid at Press TV to provoke that. That's not my chant. Listen to me. No, listen to me. You asked me a question.
My question is wrong. Maybe the way I put forward my
Your question is, your question, I heard you.
Stop talking.
I heard you. But I also heard something else about you that I don't like. You want me to chant because they lied on me and said I led a chant. I know that chant came from the people of Iran. And this sanction is what's hurting the people of Iran. They have a right to chant it. But I am not a chanter. I am a worker for God. And the truth will undo falsehood, and the righteous will win against the wicked. Not with a chant, but with actual words and deeds. I just don't, I don't like your attitude, man. I don't like that. You know, I have to say this. I'm not just listening to your questions. God is showing me your motives. And I'm addressing with anger your motive. I know the question. I don't like it. Now, I'll take one or two more questions, but if you have not heard me yet, then I'm wasting my time. I'm not going there to ask for nothing. I'm going there now to deliver a message. And what is the message? I told my enemies at the press conference, I don't say nothing in private that I'm afraid to say in the public. You want to know what I said? You want me to sign some memorandum of understanding? No. I said that's beneath me. Listen to me good. If money is your God, you're dead already. If you will sell out your religion and your faith for a little money, you ain't worth a damn to God. So I'm going to let you know right now, all whores will be separated from the ranks of the Nation of Islam.
talking about? I said, I'm not fucking racist. I'm not the goddamn devil. What are you shouting for, Tom? Why are you shouting? But I listened. You were in LA in 92 with your friends were black. You had to listen. Michael Mixon Moore on KCRW Radio, midnight, every Saturday, and I would listen to her for years. I probably have listened to more Minister Farrakhan than an FBI agent who's been watching. Probably more than any other white person, except Michael Boyd. And he taught me, I have to admit, he's like my teacher. That's why I yell. Why? Because when you yell the truth, the enemy backs up. The devil is a liar, and it doesn't like the truth. So when you yell the truth, don't focus on my yelling. Focus on my words. And I know why they hate him. And I start relating and understanding. And I said 4 years ago, I made an outlandish statement. Because I'm not even really a practicing Catholic. And I said, you watch. This is right in the middle of the awakening. You watch. And this wasn't a prophecy. This was an idea. The Catholics and the Nation of Islam, not the Muslims all in the Middle East, the Nation of Islam, they're going to join together. Everyone didn't even look at that. They thought I was crazy. But you heard me. What are you talking about? There's no fucking way the Vatican and Farrakhan are going to get together, dude. You know how much drama that would cause? I said, watch what I'm telling you. I said, we have a common enemy. The Nation of Islam and the Catholics are going to get together. And if you don't think God listens to me, if you think now, oh well, that was possible, bullshit. Nobody believed me. There was no white people listening to Farrakhan. Now, after the awakening, you all want to hold hands or pretend like you do. You talk shit about one another. And yet these religions are created by man. And I know there is a God, and he was sitting there and he's watching us. And he must be saying, look at these assholes. Fighting all the time. And they claim they know me. They claim they know me. And not one of them have gone over and said, you know what? I feel your fucking pain. You want to come over to my house and have a drink? Not one religion did that. That's why I said that. No one in that whole entire awakening, in this whole world, that claims to be righteous, that wants to get on my case because I do drugs. Yet I'm thinking that these are my friends. We have a lot in common. And nobody sought to say, why don't we all get together and talk about it? They haven't even done that. They don't get into fights. They never even see each other. And God damn it.